Hey Alexis Love Beauties. So if you are an upcoming lip gloss entrepreneur, I just want to give you a tip, something that I literally just learned. And a lot of the times when we see people like mixing their lip gloss, people really don't give out measurements and things like that because honestly, it's something that you just learn along the way. Everybody has a different type of flavor that they'll be looking forward to, like a velocity of their lip gloss, how thick or thin they want it to be. Everybody have different perspectives on the different oils that they want to use, the different colors that they want to use, whether they want to use a makeup powder or a liquid. So all of that just depends. So I noticed that doing my extended research, no one gives like the measurements on the lip gloss, which again, I can get it, some things you have to keep to yourself, but it was something that I wanted to know, like, okay, how do you know how much you're measuring out? Some people don't even measure things and it's just like an eyeball thing. Personally, as a lip gloss professional, I always say to get measurements of things so you can have those things for your record. Doing any type of business, you always want to have things for your record. That way, when you have to teach someone else, they have exactly what it is. Now, I have been looking into competition, and small business is not our competition. Let's just say that the competition when we're looking into whatever niche that we're doing is, more higher up that's been doing it. And looking at competition is not something to be jealous of or anything like that, because we'll all have our levels of creativity. It's just learning about different things. So I've been looking around at different people that's been doing lip gloss, like Dior, Fenty Beauty, just looking around at different places. And what I noticed is some of them have long lip gloss ingredients. I was looking at this one brand and they had over 42 different ingredients. So everybody is going to do everything different. And looking through that same, the business I'm referring to, looking at their same reviews, there was people saying how they would go and shop and get the product online and it was the color that they wanted. But when they went and got it from Sephora, it was a different color. So that could be due to the different pigments that they're using. But in business, it is so important to know the measurements. That way, every time you produce, you get that same color every single time. People is not looking for anything to be different. People like, when people buy something and they like it to always be like that. So it would be wise to not eyeball and have a direct measurement. So this is for beginners. We can come back on a later day and I can show you what this looks like, but for now we're just going to take the wisdom of it. As always, do your extended research. Any type of information that you get from someone, or whether you're just looking around, or even if the thought just comes to you, if the Lord just give you the thought to do this, it's still going to take time. You still have to learn how to do this. So there's going to be some investing, some experimenting, but in your business, you will get everything down packed. Now, these measurements that I know is just for lip gloss. Like, we don't want to try to use this for body butters or anything, because the weight and, the net weight and how those things are measured will be different. These measurements are just for Vera Gel, and I use coconut oil. So for beginners, how to measure lip gloss, you want to have a scale. Get you a food grade scale, just something you can experiment with. It doesn't have to be expensive. You can get it from Amazon, and get a scale that's probably like, I don't know what weight my scale is. Hold on. Okay, so I have a 50-pound scale that I got from Amazon. In selling lip gloss, you probably won't go over 50 pounds for beginners. But, when we get up there and we start dropping pounds of lip gloss, then you have to get a bigger scale. But I got this from Amazon. This is a 50-pound scale. As you can see, it's a little gloss on here. But this 50-pound scale will give you good measurements for, like I said, just starting off. So what I did was I had a small bowl and I just dipped a few spoons of the Vera Gel into the bowl. When it looked right, I put it on the scale, and I just wanted to see how much it weighed. So I ended up dipping out 8 ounces of lip gloss base into a bowl, and I put it on the scale. I also added a half a cup of coconut oil. I used another oil as well. I used a half a cup of coconut oil, and when I put that on the scale, it still was 8 ounces. So I took that off. I added another half a cup of oil, and then I also did now I gotta be real, I didn't measure out the Mica powder that I used. I was just eyeballing it, but in doing the research of coming up with these measurements, it would be wise to use a teaspoon of Mica powder to half a cup of oil and an 8 ounce of lip gloss. Now again, that's going to be based off of whatever it is that you're going to do, whatever your desired look is. But just for beginners, you can do an 8 ounce of lip gloss base and a half a cup of whatever oil to 1 teaspoon of Mica powder, and just start there, and then you'll begin to see if you need more oil, if you need more Mica powder. So when I added 2 half a cups of oil and I kind of like eyeballed out the Mica powder, it made my lip gloss go up into a 10 ounce. So doing different things with the scale, learning with the scales, that is a way how you will be able to see the measurements that you need as well. Now the lip gloss Vera Gel base that I have is really, really thick. It's not something I see in my future, which it caused me to use more oil along the way. But for the purpose of this video, what I did found to be more efficient, well, and again, when you're dipping off the lip gloss base into the bowl, you might have to take some out, add some in. But for beginners, start at an 8 ounce of Vera Gel with a half a cup of oil and then a teaspoon of Mica powder, and then just add as you go. When you are experimenting, it's going to be very wise to write these things down so you can know as well. Then for an upgrade, you can do a 16 ounce of Vera Gel lip gloss base to 1 tablespoon of Mica powder, and that's going to be to 1 cup of oil. So if you're using multiple oils, I would advise to break them down into the half cups. But if you're just using 1 oil, which is fine for beginners, starting off for beginners, the lip gloss stuff can be overwhelming because we're looking like, oh my God, you can do this, you can do that. Starting for beginners, especially when you're experimenting, because some of this stuff you might throw away, some stuff you might keep for yourself, I advise just to go with the fractionated coconut oil, so you're not like throwing out good things or using a lot of things, right? And I'm going to leave like those measurements as well up here in the video and in the description section. Be sure to always read the description sections of our videos because we will always have wisdom there. But just for beginners, starting off with the 8 ounce of Vera Gel base, and you'll know what that is because you need that scale to a half a cup of oil to 1 teaspoon of the Mica powder. When you want to upgrade and do more, you can do a 16 ounce of Vera Gel base to 1 cup of your oil to 1 tablespoon of the Mica powder. And in our future, we will come back and I will show you what that looks like, how you can do that. But for now, I just want to verbally give you the wisdom. As always, do your extended research, which means you go into that as well. Get the scale, learn what that looks like. Because the more and more you learn these different things, you will begin to like eyeball stuff like, okay, I know what an 8 ounce look like, but you know, 8 ounces and different ounces, it changes. Whether that's a liquid, solid, it changes when you add different things in there. So when I needed to keep adding oil, it kind of changed it. When I added my Mica, it changed it so I got the velocity that I wanted, and then I had a 10 ounce. So it's going to be wise to actually experiment with this so you can come up with your own measurements. Girl, I am super excited for you to start your lip gloss business. If you're already in your lip gloss business and you just need to know that information, then I pray your business much success as you continue to go forth. As for beginners, you know, again, don't be overwhelmed by looking at everything that's going on, honey, because I'm not gonna lie, I'll be like, oh my God, you can do this, you can do that. But for beginners, let's just learn about these things, learn about the different things that we can do. Let's get our measurements on paper. That we can always have the files for ourselves. So congratulations, honey. I love you. Mwah.